Hey, friends, welcome to another edition of Thrasher Opera House Presents. It is our great podcast here on YouTube and Spotify, and we're really excited to be joined by Matt Schofield, great guitar player. Is going to be doing a show here in Green Lake coming up on November 10th at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets. They're going quickly. So thrasheroperahouse.com or give us a call here at the office and get those tickets, but they are going quick. So it's a low ticket alert. We're putting it out there. But Matt, welcome to the show. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're excited to have you coming up here. I'm hearing this is your first trip to Wisconsin.
It is, amazingly enough. Yeah, I've been touring the US, I mean, top to bottom, coast to coast for 13 years this year. But somehow Wisconsin has remained elusive to me. So I think it's like one of the 5 remaining states, including Alaska and Hawaii. I haven't done those either. But there's it's one of the few left that I've never been to, so it's really exciting to finally come and play for the folks there.
So if I say the word spotted cow, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Not really. No, I don't think I do.
Perfect. We'll explain that to you when you get here. But very popular beverage here, so we'll talk more about that. But let's talk about the guitarist that you are. British born and now U.S. based. What got you into playing guitar?
The hearing the blues. I wasn't one of those people that was playing and then found the blues. I found the blues and went, well, I want to do that too. So just growing up, my dad had a great record collection, and I would hear him playing stuff, and gradually became more, deeper and deeper into it until I've told this story many times in the last 30 years, but BB King, I had a VHS cassette of him that we recorded off British TV, and it was a snippet of a concert, and I was just completely mesmerized by it. Wasn't sure how to start being BB King, aged 11 or 12 at the time. Where do you begin, and then listening to his records, and then saw another clip of BB sitting in with Stevie Ray Vaughn and Albert Collins, and all of them jamming together, the 3 of them. First of all, what was amazing is that they were, all playing on the same song, but you couldn't find 3 more distinctive sounds.
Right.
3 of those, and came to realize later they're all in a different tuning. Even they're playing together, but they all tune their guitars differently. And there was something incredibly appealing about that for me. I was like, maybe I can do it too. Maybe if I find a sound as well, I could stand along there and do it as well. So, and that was it. I went and got a band. I had a band within a month of that, age 13, and it's been gigs ever since. And it was always about playing in a band for me. Playing with other human beings. So that's always. I also realized that later, but that's how I learned. I was playing with other musicians. Probably the last of the garage band generation, really. These days people, and obviously I do some instructional stuff these days, and with a company called Fire, I have some instructional videos. Well, it's all online, interactive these days. There's a lot more of that these days. Back then, I was like probably one of the last generations to just get in the room with my mates and hammer it out until we sounded all right, So it's been 33 years of doing that. So
That's such a great story, and I love the fact that just getting together and jamming with people it's like a great way to learn, right? You can do all the textbook stuff, you can do all the chord stuff, you can learn all the notes and all these things, but just getting together in a room with people and figuring it out. Sometimes it may not be great. A lot of times there's some things that you grow with in there. It's a really incredible way to learn.
That's what we did. Yeah.
Yeah. You talked about the music education side of things. You're very involved in that. Talk about that passion.
Yeah, it's something that I probably came to later, and it's an art to itself. I had to learn how to teach effectively, because I was never a guitar teacher. I've never done like one-on-one lessons or anything like that. I was always a touring and recording artist. But these days with the way the music industry is, and certainly blues is never been for most artists hugely rewarded. You have to look for various other income streams, and I was always reluctant to do that stuff, and always very busy on the road. It's always been in and out and like that, so it was tricky to figure out a way to combine that. And then I happened across True Fire. Actually, I think it was Robin Ford that first mentioned it to me, because he was doing it, and he recommended me, and then a couple of other friends kind of connected me with it. But I thought, well, if I checked it out, if Robin's doing it, then that speaks volumes for it. And it's just been an absolute kind of game changer, actually, for me, and in terms of being able to do that along with being a touring and recording artist. And so then I found I really enjoyed it. It was something, like I say, a little reluctant at first, but it's we really put a lot into making sure that there's something everybody can get out of the lessons. And so the feedback's been amazing for it, like now the knock-on effect is it brings people to the shows as well. So almost every show now, when I'm talking to people after the show, they say, I got your True Fire course, it's really helped me out. And so there's nothing more rewarding than that, than being able to kind of pass it back on and share the stuff, because it's a language. Blues is, and blues guitar is a language of its own. It's a form of communication and expression, and that's what we're trying to do. So if we can get more people speaking the language of blues guitar, then it's a good all round, right?
So the question I have for you is, great singer as well. Did that come first and then the guitar, or did you just have to sing?
Yeah, I just had to sing. It was like, well, somebody's got to do it. I
Right.
always it, and in my first band, in my high school band, that, as I say, we got together in the room and we would share duties on that. And then I was just the guitar player in blues bands in Europe for a fair few years before I started my own thing. So I was just playing guitar then, so the singing took a back seat. And then when I started my own trio in 2002, we started going out as the Matt Schofield Trio in Europe. We were doing, kind of probably a third instrumental stuff then as well. But it's like, I gotta sing as well here. And so, one day when I grow up, hopefully it'll be as good as the guitar playing. I kind of feel like I've grown up in public with that, but that's okay. Yeah. But a lot of my favorite guys, well, not everybody's BB King, that sings
Right.
and plays the best. He's the best singer and he's the best guitar player. But I like hearing people sing their own music, for well, I won't say for better or for worse, but I'd rather hear that. And so yeah, we just kind of carried on, and it seemed important to me to have original stuff that was me singing it, like that completes the pack. All my heroes did, so that's kind of necessity, and then somehow you find yourself, and it makes you a better player as well, sing. So for the guitarists out there that don't sing, it feeds back into your own playing, and the natural way of vocalizing. Once you get a grip on that, it informs your guitar playing too, and makes your guitar playing more vocal, I suppose.
Blues is the genre, people understand and get. However, there are different varieties and different players and how they play those. You talked about the great trinity that you kind of watched in BB King and Albert Collins and Stevie Ray Vaughn all into one. Is there a certain like definitive style you prefer?
No. In fact, what I prefer is hearing someone with a voice on the
Yeah.
instrument. You know what I mean? And that's what all the greats had, is they had a sound. and all my heroes, it's really easy these days, because these guys have come up with it all already. So you can just go, oh, I like a bit of that, I like a bit of that, and you mash it all up. So it's really easy to put it together, but maybe harder to make it sound like yourself. So that's the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, I like more, so not so much in terms of the guitar playing, but the music as a whole. I like stuff that's kind of swinging and funky, and a lot of the music that came out of New Orleans as well, which isn't really a guitar town. So and a lot, I enjoy a lot of jazz. It's always the bluesier kind of jazz, but a lot of the kind of classic stuff. Oscar Peterson, the piano player, is one of my huge heroes, one of my biggest influences, just in terms of phrasing and timing, and his improvisational flow. I've been hugely informed by him. So after a while, I don't really think, the guitar just happens to be the medium you choose to express yourself. And in the case of someone like Oscar Peterson, it was the piano, but he would have been an amazing musician on whichever instrument he picked up. Yeah, I think of it like that, really. I suppose I play guitar music, but it's just music that happens to use the guitar. Something, it just becomes broader after a while.
We're talking with Matt Schofield. He's going to do a great show coming up here on Friday, November 10th at Thrasher Opera House. Grab your tickets, thrasheroperahouse.com. I guess, Matt, kind of maybe give us a little preview of what our great guests are in store for.
Oh, yeah, we're just going to try and do our best to take you on a little journey over the course of the show. That's kind of, I've realized over the years, that's my thing, in this world of Instagram and TikTok and stuff, where it's like 1 minute clips of things. What I do I've never felt really fits into 1 minute. There's an arc over the course of the show, and we, because we improvise, and the feel of the room and the sound and the feedback from the audience, it all creates a one-off kind of moment. So every gig is different, and that's how we like to play it. So hopefully it'll be an experience, right? So that you have to be there, because to play how we play, you have to kind of be in the moment, and forget about what just happened or what's coming, and just listen and play the music like that. So we enjoy taking people on that journey with us, and making them feel something, the same way that my heroes really made me feel something visceral, when I listen to them play. And so we're just trying to put that same experience back out there, that's live, real, and honest, and sincere, and in the moment. That's what we're going for.
Yeah, that's a real experience, no doubt about that. I always like the chance to get folks to chat about your band a little bit. Who you got out there with you?
Yeah, I'm lucky to be bringing a couple of chaps from Miami, actually, that I've been working with on and off for 9 years now. We've been playing together. I mean, I have different bands that I draw upon, just because of the nature of the business. So everybody's doing all kinds of things. But Aaron Glukoff on drums, and Rodrigo Zambrano, better known as Digo, on bass. And they're just a great guy. They were very young when we met. Aaron was like 25, hadn't played that much blues, but he was really keen to do it, to learn and find out about it. And so yeah, we did our first tour in 2014. It's amazing. And on and off. So I always call these guys whenever I can, and there's a great energy, and just very talented young musicians, So
Looking forward to it.
And we also have a little guest vocal from on a few tracks from my partner Christine Tambakis, who's a wonderful singer, and it just adds another nice little flavor when everybody's heard plenty of guitar. It's good to a fresh sound as well. So that's become a really cool thing over the last 6 or 7 years.
Fantastic. Well, hey, Matt, we are so looking forward to you getting up here to Wisconsin to give you that good Midwest vibe and good Wisconsin feel. So we can't wait to see you here coming up on Friday, November the 10th, 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available right now, so get those if you'd like. Safe travels, Matt, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks so much for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. And looking forward to next week. It's going to be great.
Take care.
Thank you, mate.